are going to be a little different for our sermon here. We're doing something that maybe some of you are aware of, maybe some of you are not. We're doing this in the style of a podcast. So basically what's happening is I have a bunch of questions that I'm going to ask these lovely people. You guys can close your folders because you don't need them now. And some of this, they don't really know what's coming. So the answers you hear are going to be very honest, very truthful, very on the spot, which could be interesting. So I hope you enjoy our podcast. Okay, you guys ready?
Light in the darkness, hope for today. Lighthouse U, showing the way.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our podcast where we talk about real life, real questions, and big ideas. Today's topic is something we don't always think about, but it actually affects every part of how we live our days. You know what? We're talking about treasures. Not pirate treasures, but treasures on earth versus treasures in heaven. The scripture passage we are focusing on today comes from Matthew 6:19 through 21, where Jesus says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." So, what does that mean? Let's figure it out together. I'm going to go ahead and ask our friends that are here today with us to introduce themselves. They're going to tell us our names, where they go to school, and what grade they're in. Let's start.
My name is Sarah. I go to Windy Ridge, and I'm in 6th grade.
My name's Melissa. My school did not pay me to advertise them, but I go to the Christ School in downtown Orlando, and I'm in 6th grade.
Hello, I am Lada, and I go to Gosa Middle School, and I'm in 6th grade.
Hi, my name is Ben. I go to Keystone Academy, and I'm in 7th grade.
Okay, so we've got some young folks here, and we have someone joining us by phone that could not be here in person. Hello, caller, will you please identify yourself?
Hi, my name is Clara. I'm in 6th grade.
Hang on, Claire. Let's do it one more time. Start again.
Hi, my name is Clara. I'm in 6th grade and I go to Sunridge Middle School.
All right, Claire, we're so glad that you could join us. So we'll be asking you some questions as well as we go through. So let's start something to get us kind of thinking about where we are here. If your house was on fire and you could grab just three things only to take out with you, what would you take? So Clara, I'm going to go ahead and start with you with this one.
I would take my pets, a stuffed animal, and my iPad for communication.
Ah, good, communication. Sarah, what about you?
I would take my dog, my pillow, and probably my phone.
Your phone, yeah, makes sense. Melissa?
I would take some money.
Money, good.
My Chromebook, because I could start a business and make more money to survive, because my house would be burnt down.
Love it.
And my dog, because I would have my phone on me.
Oh, you already have your phone on you. Okay, makes sense. Good. Lana?
First, my now broken school bag, but I still have my stuff in it because I forgot to unpack it. Whoops. Food and some water.
Food and water. Good. Ben?
I would probably bring some food, my wallet, and my pickleball paddle.
Pickleball paddle.
Yeah,
Why
Wallet.
pickleball paddle?
just for fun.
Just for
wallet?
fun. Okay. Sounds good. So this kind of says more about the things that we care about, what we treasure in our lives. What does the word treasure mean to you? Anyone? What do you think? Melissa?
Like prize or something
Like a
valued.
prize? Oh, something of value. I like that. Sarah?
And things that are worth a lot.
Things that are worth a lot, okay? Anybody else have anything to add? That sounds about right? Okay, great. So Jesus talked about treasures on earth, things like you were just mentioning, things like money and stuff, or anything that we put a lot of value in. But those things don't always last forever. So what are some things that people your age really care about? Claire, why don't you answer that one?
Their phones.
Their phones.
They like their phones a lot.
Okay.
um,
Anything else?
Things that they can like use to help them.
Okay.
Almost.
Okay, things to use to help them. So things like we were just talking about, like backpacks with all your school supplies in and Chromebooks and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? What are some other things you can think of? Sarah?
Definitely devices.
Devices.
And people's looks.
Oh, things to help people's looks? Like what?
No, just like the way that they care about, like they really care about how they look.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Look presentable to others.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so we do value our appearances, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to add? Melissa?
Popularity.
Oh, popularity. That's really important to folks. That makes a lot of sense. So why is it that you think those types of things are so important? What is it that makes those things important? Lana?
It makes life more convenient.
Ooh, convenience. Yes, we do need convenience. Anything else?
It
Ben?
helps like entertain them.
Oh, to entertain them.
Yeah.
Yeah, these phones, they really, they do a lot for us, don't they? Yeah, we keep those with us a lot, and I do agree that that is something that a lot of people have. So there's something interesting. There's another verse that says, whoever loves money never has enough. That's from Ecclesiastes 5:10. So my question to you then is, have you ever really, really wanted something, and then later on it doesn't really matter as much? Claire, why don't you answer that one first before the rest of the people?
I think it doesn't, it means it doesn't matter as much later because you don't have, money in heaven and, you don't need it. And so, when you have something you adore here, it's not that important later because, you're in heaven.
Okay. Okay. Have any of you experienced that where you've wanted something really bad and then later on it didn't matter at all? Sarah?
In September, I think I would beg my parents to go to this concert with my best friend, and I still don't regret going. It's just that I wouldn't be as excited and begging for it as I did before.
Okay, so it was something that right then you were like, man, I gotta have this, I gotta go. But now it's
but now
you
I
know.
don't really care about it as much.
Interesting. So our priorities change. Yeah, Melissa.
Not too long ago, it was recently, I was begging my mom for this book, Powerless.
She's looking at her mom at this moment. Go ahead.
And-
saying, I remember.
And it's like a 14-year-old book and stuff, so she didn't really want me reading it. And then I cried and she gave it to me.
Oh my goodness.
After mom was begging, so. And then I started reading it. It started out well, I liked it. The banter was bantering. And then it kind of got boring, and I want to go back to it because my mom got it for me. But I don't know, it's just,
It doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah.
So the importance kind of dropped. Once you had it, it wasn't as big a deal anymore.
Yeah.
Ah. You guys, Ben, you had something?
Well, I think another reason that we don't want things as much and they're not as valuable is because they depreciate in value.
Ah, good
like
words.
just like a car, when you drive it, it gets miles and it's not as valuable.
Yeah.
Just like other things can become less valuable and they kind of break down.
Ah, very good. So that makes a lot of sense. So then here's the follow-up to that. If you have all these things, does it make you happier to have those things? Maybe?
Sometimes.
Maybe
Sometimes.
temporarily.
Maybe sometimes in the moment, right? So have you ever met someone that has all of those things, but they're still not happy? Yeah? Do you know of people that you know, like your friends? Anybody like that? Maybe? It's a hard thing, right? Because sometimes we think if we have all this stuff, then we're going to be perfectly fine, but that doesn't always happen. So let's move into the next segment here. We're going to talk about our treasures in heaven. So we're going to shift our focus from treasures on earth to treasures in heaven. And Jesus didn't mean literal treasure chests like in the sky. That would be kind of weird. He was talking about things that last forever. There's a verse from Colossians 3:2 that says, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." So I want you to think about some things that last longer than stuff. Things that last longer than stuff. So I'm going to start with Clara, and then we'll go on to you, Melissa. Clara, what's something that lasts longer than stuff?
Love.
Ah, good answer. Good. We're going to have a survey says, ding. I love that. Melissa, what were you going to say?
Faith.
Faith lasts longer than stuff, yeah. Ben?
Like relationships with like God and stuff.
Ooh, good answer.
Actions.
Actions, like the things that you do, that does last longer than stuff. Did you want to add anything?
No,
That's okay.
I agree.
You agree? Okay. Sarah agrees. This is good. So we just talked a little bit about actions. There's another verse from Acts 20:35, and it says, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." So in talking about those actions, what are some things that you can do, ways that you can give, and that focus on that giving instead of receiving? What are some things that you guys do? I know you do it. You do it with your friends. I've heard you guys talk about different things. Ben?
I mean, like you can share and give the gospel and tell others about that.
That's a great idea. Melissa?
Sometimes, like my friends, they don't really they have some questions about Christianity, and I help them walk through it so they can understand more about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Clara, did you want to answer that one? I know you've talked about some of the things that you've done with your friends before. I've heard you mention some friends that you've helped.
Yeah, some of my friends are have been going through a tough time, and I'm just there to comfort them sometimes.
So being there for someone when they're having a rough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that lasts longer than just our stuff. These water bottles eventually will go away, right? But those relationships that you build are really important. So let's take a moment now to kind of compare the two things, the treasures on earth versus the treasures in heaven. We know that earthly treasures don't last forever. They can break, they can get lost, or they go out of style, or we just don't care about them anymore because they're not as important. But heavenly treasures stick with you. The Bible says we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. What is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. That's from 2 Corinthians 4:18. Why is it so hard to focus on things that we can't see? Lana?
Because we can't see them.
Would you like to expand on that? No, you're right. We can't see them, right? It's not tangible. I can focus on this right here because it's here, or my orange sticky notes right here. I can see them. I know what's going on. But those things that we can't see, we can't touch, those are tougher, right? Can you see love and things like that? No, it's actions. Melissa, you were going to say something.
That it's hard because we know that God's there and stuff, and that He's in our presence. But if you want to stare at Him, it's the atmosphere.
Oh, right. You can't see God's face right now,
Yeah.
right? You can't see God. You can see what God is doing in our lives, but to actually see God is difficult with that. I see that. Makes sense. So would you rather be rich in stuff or rich in love, kindness, and purpose? And why? Clara, why don't you see if you can answer that one?
The rich in love and kindness, because that lasts forever, and the stuff you don't get forever because it breaks or goes out of style.
Okay, so you definitely would rather be rich in the other things and the treasures that last forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? Melissa?
Because if you go with the first option, you can have everything, but you won't feel those emotions, and you'll feel like something's missing, and you won't know what it is. And if you choose the second one, you may not have everything you want, but you're still gonna have feelings of love, and you're gonna be able to enjoy your life.
Okay, so it's more enjoyable when you have those things that last longer. That makes a lot of sense. Do you have something? Anybody else? No? Okay. So we talk about all this stuff, and I want to make sure to understand, are we are we saying that stuff, having our phones, having our water bottles, having cars, having houses, is it wrong to have stuff? Is it bad to have stuff? No? No, okay, sorry. Claire, say that again.
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because like it can bring you happiness in the moment, but you don't want to get like too obsessed with it.
You don't want to get too obsessed with. So we don't want our stuff to own us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Can we use our stuff to glorify God? How? How can we use our stuff to glorify God? Melissa?
Well, something I do is I go on Pinterest and I post like Bible verses and stuff so others can like just see it. And sometimes, and the same on Pinterest, if I see like a post that's not really like saying something right about Christianity, I can be like, hey, I hope you're doing well, and this is why I don't think that's right, and blah, 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 and like help them like walk through it in like the comment section, you know?
Oh, that's really cool. So you encourage people through using things like Pinterest. For those of you who don't know, Pinterest is an app that you can get on your phone. It's great. It has a lot of great things. We get a lot of our VBS ideas from Pinterest. So Pinterest, you can use that to help others. That's really cool, and that's a stuff thing. That's not something that we would have really thought about to do. I like that. That's really neat. Anyone else? How can you use your stuff, Ben?
I mean, like, as we're doing it right now, we could use our microphones to tell you guys about certain stuff and talk about different Bible verses with you guys. So we can use the microphone in that way.
That's true. That's true. How about things like, your house? That's something that I know a lot of people think, oh, I don't need to have this or whatever. Can you use your house to glorify God? How?
You can host Bible studies there.
Wow, you could host Bible studies, yeah. So there's lots of ways that we can use our things to glorify God, as long as we don't put our things before God. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So if we were to only, though, focus on those things, what would happen? What happens if we focus only on stuff and not on God? How do we feel, Lana?
Like hollow, like
Hollow?
something's like not there, like you're missing the important thing.
Oh, Melissa?
We start idolizing our stuff, and God tells us in the Bible to not have any idols and to only worship Him.
That's right. That's right. So that can happen, though, right? I mean, I know there's probably a lot of people that don't always focus on God, and their stuff takes more of an importance. And I like what you said, Lana, that you feel hollow. There's an emptiness, because I think we're all searching for something to fill us, and the stuff on our phones, all those things, that's not going to fill us the way God can. So let's go a little bit backwards. What is one earth treasure, okay, not heavenly treasure. What's one earth treasure that you care a lot about right now? Something that you care a lot about right now. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, Ben, we already know it's your pickleball paddle, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Is there anything else that you care a lot about right now that's an earth treasure?
I think that's my biggest thing.
Your biggest thing.
Yeah.
So anybody wants to challenge Ben at pickleball after? Oh wait, no, we can't do pickleball at church anymore. We've had too many people get hurt. Don't. Be careful. Be careful. Okay, pickleball. Good. Lana, what's something that you treasure right now?
My water bottle in my school bag.
Your what?
My school bag.
Your school bag. Her school bag has a lot of very important stuff. Melissa.
My computer, because I like to write on it, and because I like writing like short stories and like books.
You do. I have read some of her stuff. It is quite good. If you've never read something written by a 6th grader before, this is amazing. She is phenomenal at writing. Sarah, do you have a treasure, an earth treasure that you care a lot about?
Can it like not be an item necessarily?
Sure. What do you care about?
I don't know how to say it, like volleyball maybe?
Oh, volleyball. Okay,
Yeah.
your sport. That's okay. It's like pickleball, right?
Yeah.
It's not an item, but it's a thing that you do. That's something that you care about a lot. Clara, do you have anything that you just really care about a lot?
Jiu-jitsu and horses.
Jiu-jitsu and horses. Wow. See, you guys are getting to know these kids a little bit better and the things that they like and what they do. That's really cool. Okay, listen to this verse. This is one that we just read a little while ago. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Okay, you heard that one a little while ago. What does that mean for your life, and specifically your relationship with God? Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. What does that mean about your life? Yeah.
Like whatever matters most will be near your heart, like God. Like if he's like really important to you, then he'll always be there with you.
Okay, so if you put God first, that's where your heart is, and so he's always there. Melissa, is that what you were gonna say too?
No, I was just
What were
saying.
you gonna say?
I was just saying that
You
I
agree? Yeah. Ben?
Well, like, if we store up treasures here on earth, then our heart will be here on earth and will, like, always be on earth. But if we store up treasures in heaven, then our heart will be in heaven and we'll be able to
Nice.
be with God.
That's where we're heading towards, right? That's our focus. See, I'm telling you, these guys, Lena, I told you, he's good. He's got this, Mom. He's got this. All right, very good. So earlier, you guys sang this song, Your Way's Better, and I want to read the lyrics back a little bit because I really think that this focuses on that relationship with God. And I have to tell you, when we picked out all this stuff, we didn't really know how it was all going to come together. We kind of piecemealed things, and it was just perfect because it said, when I'm overwhelmed within from the weight of all my sin, I need a friend to call my own. I need a house to call my home. We're not talking about treasures on earth. We're talking about heavenly treasures. When I'm broken down inside and there's nowhere else to hide, I need a place where I feel known. Can someone help me? Then I hear your reply, bringing teardrops to my eyes, saying, I'm not alone. That's beautiful. Knowing that we're not alone because God is with us, because we're putting God at the center of everything that we do. So thinking about that, what is a way that you guys can connect with God, or an example of something that you do that just makes you feel closer to God? What makes you feel closer, Lana?
Praying.
Praying makes you feel closer? I love that. Melissa?
Praying too, because when I pray, I'm basically talking to God as if he's like my best friend.
Yeah?
I'm like, hey, what's going on? And stuff.
I love that. Ben, what about you? How do you feel closer to God? What's something that you can do?
Probably through, like, worship music or just, like, any music that glorifies God.
Yeah? Sarah, what were you going to say? Were you agreeing with Ben?
The same thing.
Same thing. Clara, what about you? How do you feel closer to God? What do you do?
I like volunteering, and then like that helps me feel closer to God, like while I'm volunteering.
That is awesome. I love that. So, and it's important to remember that we do all the things that we do in love, right? Whether we're volunteering, whether we're praising through music, whether we're praying, helping our friends, doing everything in love brings it all back around to why we're here. So that's good. Okay, we're almost finished. I promise. So we're going to end with something a little bit different, a little bit fun. You guys play video games, right? Yeah, you all play a little bit of games here and there, some on your phones. I know Sarah does. Sarah's like, yes. Clara, you do too. So if life was a video game, and even if you don't play, you can still answer this. If life was a video game and you earned points for treasures in heaven, what actions would give the most points? Clara, can we start with you?
Yeah. Probably helping someone or forgiving someone, because like forgiving someone is hard to do sometimes, but it's a really good thing.
Out of the mouths of babes, right, guys? Forgiveness is a very hard thing. That's a great answer. I love that. Ben, what about you?
Probably, like,
Sorry.
through kindness would be in a video game. That would probably be it. Or,
At
like,
the top.
spreading the gospel.
Oh, a video game about spreading the gospel. Well, that would be at the top. That would be awesome. Lana, what are you thinking?
Befriending my enemy.
Be friends with your enemies. That's tough too. Melissa?
I was thinking, like, putting down my phone for a bit and replacing my time with my phone, like reading the Bible and being close to God. And I also have this goal that is be so in love with God that people that don't really like know about it think you're a little insane doing it.
I love that. Yeah. I think that's true. You know, and you bring up a good point, Sarah. I'm going to get to you in just a minute. So if you are so in love with God, if you are so in touch with your faith and what you're doing, then people do seem to think we're a little crazy, don't they? And that's okay. That's what we want. We want them to see something different in us, so they come up to you and say, "What makes you that way? What is that that does that?" And then you can go and share that with others. Sarah, what about you? What's that treasure there that you're going to go after in your video game?
Being generous and helping people out.
Being generous and helping people. That's really good. It's hard to do that sometimes. Sometimes we think so much of ourselves that we forget to be generous. So that's good. So there is a way that all of us can do a little bit of this even today, because I don't know if you heard me talking a little while ago, we're going to have this ministry fair over there, right? And so we have different ministries that people can help with. So things like the prayer ministry, that's a great way to get closer to God. Our worship and music team needs some help with doing some different things like our tech stuff. It's stuff, but we just talked about our microphones help us speak out so people can hear us. So that's a way we can get closer. There's so many needs that we have right here in our church that people can join with us and help us, and that is one of those treasures that they can store up. Do you agree? That works out? All right, friends, well, we are wrapping up, getting ready to wrap up our time here for our podcast, and I hope that you've had a great time. Clara, we just want to thank you so much for joining us on the phone while you're away, and I hope you've enjoyed being on the phone with us. Have you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. And you know what? I'm so surprised we have not heard anybody screaming in the background or anything. They must be quiet right now.
They're all in the pool currently.
Oh, so basically what we're learning now is that Clara needs to go ahead and jump in the pool. So Clara, we're going to let you go, but we thank you so much. Thanks for being with us, hon.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next week.
See ya. So before we go, I want us to remember, stuff doesn't last forever. But the way you love people, the choices that you make, and your relationship with God, that's the kind of treasure that lasts forever. Do you agree? Yeah. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. I hope you learned a little something from these kiddos up here, and I hope that you can see this and think, we've got hope. We've got hope in the future because we've got wonderful kids that do believe in God, that trust God with all their hearts, and they want to tell others about all that they know. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time on our next podcast.